Every day at Dollar Tree and all other aisles, you can find some really fun crafting supplies. But their crafting aisle has tons of treasures. These stamps is something that I've always wanted to use and try, but never have. Of course, you're going to need a stamping block as well as some ink. And so they have several colors available for you depending on the store that you're at. We're going to try this red one with this thank you and thankful stamping kit as well as the stamping block. Not just on this item, but on all the items on this video, I'm going to give you my honest review as well as a star rating. All right, my first thought on this was like, wow, it's really good quality and there is a lot of stamps, although they are quite small. This will be great for like card making or small crafts. The stamping block is pretty self-explanatory. You just use the lines to be able to add the stamp right on it. The ink is actually really cool. At first you think, oh, there's no ink there, it looks dry. But no, there's actually quite a bit of ink there. So we're going to start by placing this thank you right there. Again, the lines on the stamping block really help you keep them nice and straight, which I thought was a really cool detail. I'm going to take a piece of blank paper and we're just going to stamp it and just see how it goes. See how dark it is and how pigmented the ink is. We're going to tap it on the ink and then we're just going to place it on the paper. I was pleasantly surprised with how much ink it has for $1.25. Of course, this is just pending on whether or not the ink dries up, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. I love that you can place the stamp right back on the packaging, removing the ink very easily, and that way you can reuse them over and over again. I'm going to do a couple more here because, I don't know, I just wanted to try it. This little tiny heart, I just thought it was adorable. I want to see how it looks, and it's actually turned out so stinking cute. Again, these will be great for smaller crafts. I appreciate you right here. So again, this is just a thankful themed set, but of course you can get whatever set they have. I like the way these turned out. I think using them in different colors would be great, but we'll see if they last. The ink again comes off really easily and you can just store it right back. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. I think although they are really small stamps, they're perfect for paper crafting, card making, or small crafts. Really good find for $1.25 each. For this next crafting item, it's actually a quick one. These little washi tapes I have seen so many times in different designs, and I just said, let me just try it. It'll be a quick review. So I'm going to take it off of the packaging, and it's just as you would expect. It just has the same washi tape feel to it. It has a beautiful multicolor design, and it has a beautiful day on it, and I just thought it'd be so cute, again, for small crafts, even card making or paper crafting. One of the things I wanted to try was to place it here on this piece of paper. We're just going to reuse the same one. And I want to try something. I want to take it off and put it back on several times. I mean, like several times. I wanted to prove to see if it kept sticking. And you know what? It kept sticking. Surprisingly, now on the very corners, it kind of lifted a little bit, but nothing too bad. I really like this one, so I'm going to give it a 5-star because, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good quality for $1.25. All right, this next crafting tool is one of these little storage bins, these little storage boxes. It looks like a pill storage, like a medication storage box, but it says it's for crafting. So I'm going to take it home and we're going to try to see how much we can fit in it. Now, I love that the compartments are actually, the little door is very strong. It's not flimsy. And I have this little other container where I keep all of my beads, and we're just going to see how many I can fit. And I actually was able to fit quite a bit. I'm going to speed it up here for you. But I was able to fit several. These will be perfect if you are traveling or you're going to a craft show or a craft, I don't know, activity or program that you just want to take a few of them, but not necessarily take the whole thing. This will be perfect for it. I even had a slot where I could add some little pom-poms to it. How fun. And again, I think I'm going to keep this one, but not for crafting items, more for my daily vitamins because I think it's just perfect. The little containers or the little compartments are actually a really good size. I genuinely liked this container. Again, I'm going to use it for more personal use rather than crafting, but I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because the little doors are not flimsy, it's a good quality, and you can fit quite a lot for the size of it. All right, for the next crafting tool is this crafting knife. I call it X-Acto knife. I have seen this here several times. Actually, a lot of times. And because I have a really good quality one, I just didn't need one. But this time I said, I'm going to buy one. I'm going to try it. First thing, out the bat, things I notice is it has no cap to it. Like nothing to cover it. And these are blades. I was like, what? Total big no-no for me. So the thing you would have to do is just keep the plastic covering that came with it in the packaging. Cut off any excess paper and you can use that. Now, it doesn't lock or anything like that. So still not the safest. It does have instructions to the back, and I did remember this time to read the instruction, if you know what I mean. All right, so basically you just want to undo the top, just kind of unscrew it, place the blade right on it, and then tighten it really well. Now I wanted to test it to see how much I can tug on it before it would come off. And it took a while, not a while, but like it took a few tugs, but it did come off. So you have to be very careful if you are cutting something that is thicker or more with a grit, it may come off. So that's, I think, another safety issue. In regards to cutting, it cut okay. This fabric here was a little on the thicker side, so it took a few times to cut through, and I had to make a lot of strength going down. The paper cut really easily. This is a thinner fabric and it cut way easier, so it is sharp enough for smaller projects, maybe paper crafting. This is a cardstock and it did not work. So I had to press really hard and cut it. And then it did cut. So, but anyways, so another few things that I want to mention is that one, it doesn't have like a good grip right there. It would have been nice to have something to hold on to. It's also a little short and very lightweight. So I don't know how I feel about that. And there's no cap. No cap for the actual blade that you are using. So you would have to just place it right back on the packaging. So unscrew it, remove the blade, place it there, and then place a plastic container on it. I think you know where I'm going with this, right? I don't like the design. I think for $1.25, does it cut? Yes, absolutely. But I don't feel it's safe and I will not have it. So I'm not keeping it in my craft room. But you decide what you want. I'm going to give it a 1 star out of 5. For this next crafting tool, we are going to try some of these silicone mats. They're for your hot glue gun to protect your surfaces. Now, I have one at home. Not only do I have a cutting mat that sometimes I place it on, but I do have this one. This is a Surebonder, and it is quite thick, and it's really good quality. So I wanted to just compare it to this one. First thing I noticed is that it's very lightweight, and it's very thin. But it's actually bigger, which is a great design. I think you can fit way more hot glue guns. If you're like me, you're going to see here in just a little bit. I do have multiple glue guns that I keep next to my workstation. Now, let me show you the difference. This is really thick, and so I really like the Surebonder better. That being said, this one, look, it fits a lot better and more comfortably my glue guns. It still provides that little bit of a grip. And if hot glue gets on it, I'm going to show you. It worked really well. Of course, it didn't burn or melt, and it comes off really, really easily. So when you need to clean it up, it just comes off. So I think I liked it. I like the size of it. I wish it would have been a little thicker, but hey, for $1.25, I think it's a great deal. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 because it's just very thin. Other than that, I like the size and I like the colors that they come in. For this next crafting tool, we are going to review these clamps. Now, I have tons of these, and I'm going to show you the ones that I have. But I wanted to try these. Are on the larger side. They do have a smaller version of it. They come 2 in a pack, and this says they are a heavy-duty grip, so we'll see. First thing I notice is that they have quite a bit of a grip. Not as much as my other ones, and I'll show you. But it does have enough grip, but I think for crafting would be great. I love that it has these little pink grips to it because that way it's going to keep it from sliding. And we're going to test it out here. I'm going to take these wooden letters and I'm going to stack quite a bit of them and see how it holds up. Then I'm going to just shake it, and see how long it takes for it to fall off. And it does eventually. But I had to shake that thing a lot. So in regards to grip, I think it worked fairly well for the price. The little silicone pad from the top fall, but this is common for other ones that I'm going to show you too. These are the most comparable ones that I have on hand that I use a lot. Now, this one has way more grip and more strength or resistance than the Dollar Tree ones. And as you can see, the little top part did fall off. And it comes to size, it's actually quite comparable to these. So I gotta say, I like that they are $1.25. You get 2 of them. They have enough grip, great for crafting. So I don't know, I like them. I'm gonna place them right there in my bag with the rest of them. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars because I think you can get better quality at a decent price buying it somewhere else, but I think they're okay. Moving on, this next crafting tool is some of these glittery patches. I walk through these all the time, have never used them, and I figured let's try them. I love that they are glittery. The color is beautiful. I only saw this one in my Dollar Tree, but you may have other options as well. They come 2 in a pack, and the instructions are in the back. I'm going to use my shape cutters here. They're just like hole punchers that I get on Amazon. If you're interested, I do have them in my Amazon store, which is linked below. That way, it's just a quick little cut that we can use. And I'm going to do another one too in the star shape. It cut really easily. You just have to press on it, and that's okay because they're quite thick actually. And then once I had them, it's just a matter of placing them on fabric. So I have this leftover fabric. I'm going to iron the surface, keep it warm. That's what the instructions said. Then we're going to place the little stamp cutouts here. And then we're going to place some parchment paper. Now, it didn't say you needed parchment paper, but I thought I would use it. And then you just got to iron it for about a minute. And just give or take, just keep checking on it. And let's see how they do. Now, I really wanted to test this one, okay? I was pulling on this. I was shaking this. I was scrunching it. Look at that. I was rubbing on it. They held up pretty well. The only thing I didn't do was wash and dry, of course. So we don't know how that's going to hold up in the washer. But in regards to wear and tear, it really worked. Now, in the end, it did start to peel just a little bit because I was working on it really hard. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because I think it worked really well. But we'll have to see when you wash these. But I like them. All right, for the next crafting tool, we're going to use these peg little boards that you can find at Dollar Tree. Now, these were a hot item a couple of years ago. Everybody was crafting with them. I never did. I never tried them. So we're going to take several pieces of them, and I'm just going to put them together. Now, here, technically, we're reviewing 3 pieces like we did with the first one, but you can't have one without the other. So let's try them. I took the black one, and we are going to remove the plastic packaging of it, of course. First thing I wanted to do was just kind of like bend and like push it. And it's actually pretty strong plastic grip. I don't think it would crack unless you put something on it really, really heavy. It has these little little panels or that you clamp on. And this is where you would add the glue, like the little tape, I guess, and then attach it to the wall. But it also has the little holes where you can attach it using screws. So if you are adding anything that is heavier, you may want to put these on the wall first. It will be a little harder install, but at least you'll have a better, more security. All right, so we're going to place these little sticky pads. These are the ones, they're two-sided tape kind of. And you just want to place one in each one. And then you want to remove the backing from it, kind of like a sticker to reveal the sticky part. Now, kept thinking, where am I going to place this? Where am I going to place this? What if it doesn't work? I don't want to put it on a nice wall. So I took it to the garage. So I'll show you. All right. These are the little pegs that we are going to use, the little hooks. And they come as 6 in a pack. And they're actually pretty good quality plastic. Again, not like extremely good. But for $1.25 and you get 6 of them, I thought it was a pretty good deal. This is just how you place them. And you can, of course, remove them and place them wherever you want. So here's my garage with my old wall. Anyways, we're going to place it on here. We're just going to push it in and just kind of do the best we can. And I'm just going to grab a broom, whatever broom was around me. You see there are a couple of them in the corner. And I'm just going to place one and just hang it. Now, I did kind of push down quite a bit and it didn't come off. I'd be interested to see how it holds up to the weather, like extreme cold or extreme heat that my garage gets. So we'll see on that. I like it. I think it's on the smaller side, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. But if you put multiples of these on the wall, you can create a larger piece, and I think that would work well. But overall, I think it's a good find. For this next crafting tool, we're going to use this brush cleaning cup, which in my opinion looks like a laboratory cup. Oh my gosh, I'm like, wait, what? Anyways, simple, easy review here for you. It's just like a very simple cup, and it does have the little lid on the top. I did find that it took a little longer to kind of screw it back in, like put the lid back on. But nonetheless, it did screw in. I did fill it up with some water. I wasn't sure where to fill it up to, but hey, we're going to try it. I put tons of paint on this paintbrush and we're just going to swish it around and clean it. This is just the way it would be. I did notice that it has this like this sliding kind of like angled corners that I think would be great to kind of do this to remove the excess water from the brush. And it also has these little grooves where you can place paintbrushes, especially 2 of them right there. It's obviously made for smaller brushes, so anything bigger than the opening, you would have to use a different cup. Now, once you seal it up and you close it, I was wondering if it would spill, and it does. It's not sealed properly to spill it, obviously. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 simply because, I don't know, it limits you on the size of brushes, and I think a cup will work better. I don't know, in my opinion. All right, moving on. The next crafting tool we're going to review are these brushes. Now, you can find all kinds of paint brushes and crafting brushes at Dollar Tree, but I saw that these had more of a softer bristle rather than a plastic one, which I can't stand painting with plastic bristles. So we're going to try these. Now, I did notice some bristles were already coming off inside the packaging. They're very soft to the touch, which I personally love brushes that are soft. So I'm just going to kind of remove any loose bristles and we're going to try it. We're going to bring in that paper again and we're just going to try it. And you know what? I think it did a good job. Is it the best quality brush? Absolutely not. You can see it just by looking at it. But is it a great brush to have for crafting either with kids or just small crafts? And when they're a hot mess you throw away? Yes, they're great for that. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5 simply because I think brushes are very important to have good quality ones. And these are not the best. But I think it's definitely great if you're doing like a crafting show where you would be providing the brushes for them. I think it's a good deal for that. But let me know which one is your favorite, which one would you give a try, and do you like these type of videos? Here's another crafting tool review video that I did recently. Check it out. Let me know what you think of this one and have a blessed day. Bye.